Let's take a look at the restaurant add-on first. This add-on is specifically designed to help manage food businesses. Whether you have a small restaurant or a chain of large restaurants, this add-on will help keep track and manage everything having to do with your restaurant. Now, when you first log in, you'll be able to log in as an administrator, a waiter, a cashier, or to a specific section like the kitchen or the bar. Let's go ahead and log in as the administrator. Now, the first thing you'll be directed to is the main dashboard. If you notice down here at the add-on section, every time you purchase a new add-on, you'll notice that it has been enabled to your Adminit tool. In our case, we have purchased the restaurant add-on. Now, what this will do is it will add a new section called My Restaurant. If I open this section up, you'll see that there are other 6 sections inside which will be added when you purchase the restaurant add-on. Let's go ahead and take a look at each one. The restaurant section will take you to the cashiers that are available for you to log into. In my case, I have set up 3 cash registers: the main, the back, and the bar. Now, to set this up, all you would have to do is go to the configuration section. You would go to the locations. Here you'll be shown all of the locations you have. In my case, I only have 1 location. And now if I edit this location, I'll be able to edit anything having to do with the location, like the name. Let's say I'll call this the downtown location. I'll keep the address and the phone number the way they are. Under the number of tables, I have set the table number to 10, which is how many tables I have at that particular restaurant. And then this is where I set up my registers. I have a register in the main section, the back section, and in the bar section. Optionally, you could add more registers or delete any existing registers. Let's go ahead and leave this as is and go back to the restaurant section. So here, let's say I want to log into the main register. I would go ahead and click that. And once I click that, it's going to ask me for the opening amount. Just like the point of sale section, you could specify how many bills of each denomination, or you could select the total amount. I'll go ahead and go with the total amount. And once I click submit, it'll open this register for me and it'll show me all of my tables. Now, in this section, you will be able to visualize all of your tables. You'll see which ones are available by the color green and which ones are occupied by the color orange. You'll be able to optionally hide individual tables, hide joint tables, or remove these filters. You'll be able to go to the pending orders and see and complete suspended sales. Now, if you look down at the bottom, you'll see that there are some pending orders. This is because for table 4, I still have all of this as my pending order. We'll go into that with a little bit more detail in a little bit. Now, let's say a new couple has walked in and they want to be seated at a table. All the waiter would have to do is check which tables are available and assign them a table. Optionally, you can join tables. Let's say a large family has walked in and you want to join tables 5 and tables 6. All you would have to do is select those tables and click on Join Tables. Now, what this will do is refresh the interface and now show tables 5 and 6 as 1, and you would be able to start the sale from there. Let's go ahead and keep the first example where that couple has walked in. And so we would see them in table 2 and generate a new sale. Now, if I click that, it'll take me to this interface. It'll show me which table I'm going to take the order from. And I could search for the plates or the dessert or any items that we're offering from here. Or I could show the grid and select the items from categories I have previously set. I have set the appetizer category, the beverage category, dessert, and main category. Let's go ahead and do it from here. So let's say that for the appetizer, they will select the creamy mushroom soup. And let's say for the main course, they'll have the grilled sirloin steak. And let's say that for beverages, they'll have soft drinks. And finally, for dessert, they're going to go with the chocolate fudge cake. Now, all of these items I have previously set here in the item section. Here is where you would be able to add any items that your restaurant offers. In my case, these are the items that my restaurant offers. You could add a category to them. You could set the selling price, and then the quantity in case you have a limit. Let's go ahead and go back to the sale. Let's go to the restaurant and then go back to the table 2. Okay, so now once the waiter has picked up their order, all the waiter would have to do is send the order. Now, by sending the order, what you're doing is sending all of this order to the specific section that will take care of that order. And how will you know? Well, you go here into the sections. Now, in my case, I've set up 3 sections. The bar, which will take care of anything having to do with drinks. The kitchen, which will take everything having to do with the meals. And then the dessert area, which will take care of everything having to do with desserts. So let's take a look at the bar section. Now here, you can imagine the bartender working this area. And once the waiter sends the order, they'll receive the item and they'll see the waiting time. Let's say the bartender has now prepared their drinks. They'll just select yes once it's finished, and this will prompt here at the waiter down here at the pending orders. You'll notice that the soft drink is now ready. So then the waiter, once delivered, they'll just select yes, and that'll indicate that it's no longer pending. So far on table 2, they've received their drinks. Now if we go back to the sections, let's go ahead and go into the kitchen. Now here in the kitchen area, the kitchen staff will have access to all of the items that are pending. Here under the wait time, you'll notice that there's some orders that are there for a while now. This one has been taking 28 minutes to fill. Let's say that they have now finished with these 2, and the kitchen staff would select yes and yes. And back here at the restaurant section, the waiter will probably notice that the items are ready for delivery. They'll pick up the plates, send them to the table 4, which is indicated here as well. And then once it's delivered, they'll select yes. And now this removes it from the pending orders, and the table 4 is now eating. Now table 4 has 1 pending order remaining, which is the chocolate fudge cake. Let's say that these people have now finished their meal and are ready for their dessert. We would go back here to the sections, and in the dessert area, they will notice that there's a chocolate fudge cake with vanilla ice cream that is still pending from 29 minutes ago, and it's for table 4. So once they prepare that, they'll just select yes. And then back at the restaurant section, the waiter will notice that it's ready. And then once they take that chocolate fudge cake to table 4, they'll be able to select yes for delivered order. And now the table 4 is complete, they have finished all of their meal and are ready for the check. So to complete the sale, all you would have to do is click on here, and then this will generate the sale. And then all they would have to do is select the payment method. Let's say they're going to pay cash, and they're going to pay with $100. So once you add the payment, it'll tell you how much their change will be due. If there's any discounts, you would be able to add them here. And any comments you would be able to add here. Now, once you complete the sale, this will generate a receipt that you could give to the client. And then if you go back to the restaurant section, you'll notice that table 4 is now complete. Now, table 2 here is still waiting for their order. And here is the pending items for table 2. And if you go to the sections, each section will still have the items that they need to fill. Now, if you go to the orders dashboard, you'll be able to see all of the orders that are pending. In our case, we only have that table 2 order pending. Now, you could unsuspend the sale and charge them right away. You can generate a receipt, or you could even delete that sale. Now, here in the item section is where you can add all of the items regarding your restaurant. Now, in the next section, we have the kits or recipes section. This is where you will be able to offer a bundle. For example, let's say you have a promotion where you have 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 soft drinks for a certain price. This is where you would be able to bundle all of that up. And then whenever you generate the sale, you'll be able to choose that bundle in the sale. And finally, under the Manage Categories section, you'll be able to manage the categories. For example, the ones I had were appetizer, beverages, desserts, mains. You could add more categories, you could edit these categories, or you could delete these categories. Remember, these categories are the ones that show up here in the, let me go ahead and go to the restaurant. Remember, when you generate the sale for the first time, you could show the grid, and these are the categories that you can manage. And you could assign the items to each category so that you can look them up faster. So regarding the restaurant add-on, these are the main features. Let's say, for example, you would call it a day. You have finished. All the clients have been served. At the end of the day, you can close the register and then add the closing amount, whatever that will be, any notes, and then you could submit that. Or you could log out without closing register so that the next employee will close. So this is all regarding the restaurant add-on. There are many other small features which I didn't go over that could be useful, but the main features I have covered. Let's go ahead and move on to the next add-on.